So where should you live in Bangkok? I mean, this city's absolutely massive. So I thought it'd be cool to do a video where I break down 8 different neighborhoods. And I'm going to tell you the good, the bad, and the ugly about each of the neighborhoods. And hopefully by the end of the video, it might be a bit of a guide for you as to which neighborhood you might want to live in if you're considering moving here. But also what neighborhood you might want to stay in or party in or eat in or just enjoy the next time that you're going to travel here. So what do you cap? My name's Chris. Threw in a little bit of Thai there because I did want to shout out my friend Phra, best Thai teacher in Thailand. So if you want to check that out, I'll leave a link in the description below. She just opened enrollment for another cohort, I think they call it. So link in the description, thailanguagechallenge.com. Now, before we get into the list, I did want to point out that I'm only going to be talking about the Sukhumvit area in this video. Like, Bangkok has tons of great areas. You know, you got Sathorn, Bang Rak, Ari, up-and-coming neighborhood, Ramkhamhaeng, Lad Prao. The list goes on and on. So before you get those fingers all going to writing a comment about all the neighborhoods I left out in this video, just know that this one's going to focus on 8 Sukhumvit neighborhoods. And that's because that's where most expats end up deciding to live. It's where I decided to live. And we're going to go all the way from here, this area, all the way down to this area. Oh, check that out. There's the green lung. That's what they call the green lung of Bangkok right there. Amazing. If you've never been, check it out. Let's get into the list though. And I'm going to run you through it all. And at the end, I'm going to tell you 2 things. I'm going to tell you the neighborhood that I currently live in. And then I'm going to tell you the neighborhood that I wished that I lived in. And then when you're done watching this video, I want you to drop a comment and tell me what you think. What's your favorite neighborhood? So without further ado, let's start. First on the list, we got to go all the way up here to this end up here. So let's just zoom in on the old map. And first on the list, Nana. I told you I was going to give you the good, the bad, and the ugly. I'm starting with the ugly. So what's Nana got? Well, I mean, it's got Nana Plaza, the classic, infamous Bangkok landmark. So this is one of Bangkok's biggest red light districts. If you've been to Nana Plaza, you know. If you haven't been to Nana Plaza, it's right down Soi 4, just a few steps south of Sukhumvit Road. It's like a courtyard, 3 stories, nothing but go-go bars in there. You know, and that kind of, right out of the gate, that epitomizes what you get in Nana. Nana is jam-packed full of tourists. It's jam-packed full of kind of red light district freelancers, as they call them, ladies of the night, and nowhere more rampant than Nana Plaza. Now, funnily enough, right across the street from Nana Plaza is a Hooters. And for the life of me, whenever I've walked down that street, you look at the Hooters, and then you look across the street at Nana Plaza, and you're thinking, why the hell is there a Hooters there? There's 88 go-go bars across the street, but for some reason there's a Hooters. So hey, maybe you like their chicken wings. Go get your chicken wings at Hooters. What else does Nana have? It's got Soi 11, another street that's famous for tourists. That's a street that used to be better. They used to have this row of pool bars along the one side, and then they raised that to the ground last year. The theme that you're going to notice as you hear me describe Nana is it is very touristy. Tons of tourists. I would say there's more expats than there is Thais in Nana. And as we work our way down the list, that theme will change. So there's still a lot of sports bars. So if you're looking to get the Super Bowl or your favorite football team or whatever you're looking for, you can find it in sports bars in Nana. They have a good Thai restaurant called Krua Kun Puk. I wouldn't say Nana is known for its local Thai fare, though. One really interesting thing in Nana that if you've never been, I highly recommend. It's called Soi 3. Well, this is Soi 3. So let's get back to the map here. So Nana Plaza is right here, down Soi 4. Right across the street, Soi 3. And then I think it's Soi 3/1. Where is that? Yeah, right here. If you've never been here, go for a walk up Soi 3/1. You could call it Soi Arab. It's like going to another country altogether. It's literally like taking a trip to the Middle East. It's cool, really cool. Little tea shops, tons of good restaurants. One restaurant, I'm going to be giving you a ton of restaurant recommendations and bars and stuff in this video. So this is a video you're going to want to take notes from if you want some recommendations of some places. But these two places here, Al Hussein and this one here, whatever that says. This is Yemeni food. So just all kinds of different stuff. I don't know the difference between Yemeni food or Lebanese food, but lots of rice, lots of chicken. Really, really good spot. Now, Nana is not known for its daytime activities. It is more of a nighttime activity sort of place. But in the daytime, if I zoom out here, Nana, if you walk right to the end of Soi 4, there's a big gate here, and this enters my favorite park in Bangkok. This is Benja Kiddie Park, and it's well worth a walk in the morning, late afternoon around sunset, midday, hot as hell, but you could do it if you like. But definitely just walk down the end of Soi 4, and you're in a really nice Central Park in Bangkok, which is a great feature of the neighborhood. And then you got the street activity in Nana. So if you're picturing Bangkok and you're picturing, you know, old rustic Thai restaurants and street carts and that classic Bangkok vibe, Nana is probably not where you're going to find that at its best. Yeah. There's some street carts, some street food. You can get some decent stuff there. Some nice ladies serving up all kinds of dishes. But more often than not, if you take time to snoop through a few of the street carts, you're going to find a lot of things like dildos, little handheld vaginas, contraptions like that. So Nana's street activity, it's fun for a night, but you know, I don't think that living here, you would certainly find that it gets old pretty quick. So as far as accommodations go, the way I'm going to coin Nana's accommodations options are from sleek to slimy. So there's a lot of great condos in Nana. You know, one of the big brands of condos here is called Hyde. There's a Hyde on Sukhumvit Soi 11 that's epic. Rooftop pool, crazy gym, really nice units. There's a Hyde on Sukhumvit 13, also epic. And there's a lot of great condo living options in Nana that are awesome. That's the sleek side. And you could also find the slimy side. Like you go down the Soi 4, you go down some of the side sois, you're going to get some of the dingier hotels, some of the ones that might be rentable by the night, but they also might be rentable by the hour, if you know what I'm saying. And all I'll say before we move on about Nana is this is the ugly. This is not really probably the neighborhood that you want to live in. And quite honestly, if you come to Bangkok regularly and you always stay in Nana, stay tuned because you might want to try some of the places a little further down the list. So let's move on. So we're going to go down the line. So we started in Nana. We're going right here to Asok. So Asok, this is the neighborhood that I actually lived in when I moved to Bangkok. So when I moved to Bangkok, here's Soi 23 right here. And I lived right up near the top of Soi 23. And the reason that I decided to live up here is because right over here is NIST International School. I'd say that it's an IB school, but definitely if you're looking for a school for kids, kindergarten through grade 12, kindergarten through the end of high school, this school is absolutely amazing. So I'd highly recommend it. And for us, we wanted our daughter to be able to walk to school. So we just looked in Asok and really nowhere else. And so that's why we ended up moving here. And it was awesome. You know, we moved here in 2019. And the honeymoon period, no matter where you live in Bangkok, I'd say lasts a good 6 months when you're just excited to be living here. So that was like, we moved summer of 2019, 6 months, just as we were coming out of the honeymoon period and kind of realizing what type of neighborhood we lived in. COVID hits. And then after that, there was no tourists for years. Like 2 straight years, and Asok, living in Asok was amazing. It was a great neighborhood because it had that local vibe going. Even though there was still a bunch of expats like us who lived there, it definitely had a more local vibe than it did before COVID and after COVID, and it was an awesome neighborhood. But that's really changed. So. Yeah, I mean, I don't know that I used to recommend Asok hands down. I don't think I'd recommend Asok anymore, but it does have some stuff going for it. Number one is convenience. So you got both the MRT and the BTS. So if we go back down here, this is the main Asok intersection, and Asok Station is the BTS line. Super handy, gets you all over Sukhumvit from one end to the other and beyond. But then running north-south, you have the MRT, the underground blue subway line. And this gets you down to Chinatown in like 5 stops. Little India gets you up to, Huai Quang, which they call Chinatown Light. It gets you up to Phetchaburi, which is the airport rail link. So Asok definitely has convenience in its favor, and I do like that. I think that that's nothing to sneeze at. Convenience in Bangkok, accessibility to fast, easy transport is something that's certainly worth prioritizing. Nana has no shopping mall. Sok has a shopping mall. Terminal 21, pretty cool mall. Cheapest food court in Bangkok. You know, they made some deal when they built the mall that all of the food stalls, I think, get in rent-free, or there's some weird thing. If you know, comment below. But there's a weird reason why. But it is the cheapest food court in Bangkok. Super popular. I'd check that out. They do have a movie theater in there. Definitely not my favorite. But it's a shopping mall. So also has Koreatown. Koreatown. They call it Koreatown. I was so excited to when I moved to Bangkok. Where's Koreatown? I can't wait. And then I went, and it's a building that says on it Koreatown. I thought Koreatown would be a whole part of the city, but Koreatown in Asok is just one building. It's like a 5-story building with an alcove in the middle with mediocre Korean restaurants. They could be way better, but. If you're a Korean food addict like me, you'll find yourself visiting Koreatown and eating the mediocre Korean food because a crack addict's gotta get his fix. You know what I'm saying? And speaking of getting your fix, my favorite place in all of Bangkok to eat lunch is in Asok. It's called the Ruam Sab Market. If you know me or follow any of my YouTube stuff, then you know that I love the Pad Krapao lady in there. Love it so much that I sent her Pad Krapao to space a couple years ago. But this is like a classic lunch market. Indoors, but no aircon. I warned you. If you're in Bangkok, put it on your list of places to visit. Ruam Sab Market. What else is in Asok? Pubs. The whole range, too. Like some really good Irish pubs, if that's your thing. All over the place. There's a great one down here on Soi 23. Speaking of Soi 23, so there's Soi Cowboy. We'll get to that. But there's a really good Irish pub here called Scruffy Murphy's. If you want, some craft beer, this is a great patio. Place called Craft on Soi 23. That's really great. Up here, you got a whole bunch of dirty massage shops lining the street. If you walk up here at night, I can guarantee about 40 times you'll hear ladies yelling, massage, massage. So it's got that. And then if you go down here, this is the infamous Soi Cowboy. the street that so many people think is what Bangkok is. But as you can see, it's literally about 100 meters, length of maybe a football field. And I think you all know what's in Soi Cowboy. It's Asok's version of Nana Plaza, red light district, but pretty contained. As I said, I used to live up on Soi 23. So whenever I came home at night, I would get off at Asok station, and I had to get up here to where I lived. And I had the choice. Do I walk down here and up Soi 23? Or do I go like this and walk up and down through Soi Cowboy? Now, I did walk up through Soi Cowboy, but it is obviously because it's just a shorter walk. If I had to walk all the way down there, that's an extra 40, 50 meters. So I hope you understand that it was only due to shortening my walk that I would always walk through Soi Cowboy on my way home. There's a flagship location of El Gaucho. El Gaucho is a steakhouse that I believe started in Vietnam, actually. But it has locations all over Thailand. And if you're ever got a craving for a good steak, I'm telling you, El Gaucho, you will not be disappointed until they give you the bill. When they give you the bill, you'll be disappointed because it's fucking expensive. But you won't be disappointed up until they give you the bill. The other thing that is in Asok, if we go back to the map, is again Benja Kitty Park. Now, if you wanted to walk down, you can enter it right down. You walk down the main street. This has a running track around it, this man-made lake. But if you're just here for a visit, then don't just stick to the man-made lake. Skip all the way back to the Central Forest and walk through there, because that's where it's at. That was built just during COVID. But that's a feature of both Asok and Nana, or as the subway says, Nana. Nana. Satani Dopai. Nana. Accommodations. Yeah. I guess I'd say that there's lots of condo options in Asok and lots of serviced apartment options. When I first moved here, I lived in a serviced apartment. I'm not going to call it a service apartment. I'll just say condo apartment. Serviced apartment is a bit of a third category. Let me explain. Condo is a building where every unit is owned by an individual owner. So if shit breaks, you got to call your individual owner and work with them and the juristic office in the condo to get repairs done. An apartment is where one owner owns the whole building and all the units. And a serviced, but everyone that's in there is renting monthly. You know, not monthly, like on a 12-month lease. A serviced apartment starts to become a hybrid of an apartment and a hotel where most people are only renting for a couple of weeks or a couple of months, like a lot of business travelers. I've stayed in serviced apartments, but you wouldn't really get a 12-month lease in those generally. When I moved to Bangkok, I lived in an apartment. The benefits of living in an apartment are if you need any service, you just talk to the building because they own everything. No matter what it is. My aircon's broke. I got a leaky faucet. My toilet's plugged. Whatever it is, you just talk to the building. In a condo, it's a bit more of a pain. So that's Asok. Now, let's just shimmy down one stop here. And this is the first invisible barrier in Bangkok. I'm going to explain the whole invisible barrier thing in a bit. But let's just get into this next neighborhood. And this is Phrom right here, Phrom. And this is the first neighborhood where the whole kind of night, ladies of the night activity goes down noticeably. You know, if you walk on Sukhumvit through Nana all the way down to Asok, if you walk there at night, you know what I'm talking about. I call it the minefield. It's like you got to walk through a minefield. Oh, there's someone selling some nefarious shit there. Oh crap, a gaggle of ladyboys. So don't step on that landmine. Oh my God. Oh, there's an old lady grabbing my arm trying to drag me down an alley. Shit, another landmine. And that's kind of the experience. But Phrom is the first neighborhood where that dies down noticeably. It doesn't all of a sudden turn super local Thai or anything. It's still heavily expat influenced, but the kind of the scuzzy side of Bangkok tapers off dramatically. And I'll explain more when I draw those invisible barriers on the map later. There is a trio of shopping malls in here that are some of Bangkok's finest, and they're called Quartier, Emporium, and the newly opened M Sphere. 3 shopping malls within a stone's throw of each other. I mean, and each one of the malls would be maybe the biggest mall in my hometown of Toronto, Canada. They're great movie theaters. My favorite movie theater, I always go to the movies in the Quartier. It's called Quartier Cine Art. International food is one of Phrom Phong's biggest strengths. I jotted down some actual restaurant recommendations, so get your notepad out. Italian, there's a place called Antonio's. If you like Indian, they call it New Coastal Indian. If you like Indian food, but you've never tried what they call New Coastal Indian, there's a place called J Hall. Go check that out. It's not your typical butter chicken. It's, hello, my mouth's watering thinking about it. Greek/Georgian food, a place called Avra. Awesome. You got to check it out. If you like dim sum, it's a place called Hongbao. Pepinas, like classic Italian. Holy Bakery, if you like good baked bread. Bornga is a Korean, like classic Korean place with Korean barbecue that has its own flavor. Bornga, well worth checking out. El Toro, Brazilian steakhouse. Mensho, of Japanese ramen to die for. If you go there, get the Wagyu beef ramen. Phrom Phong knocks international food out of the park. One of the best neighborhoods in Bangkok for international food. There's a lot of high-end Thai restaurants also. I'm not a fan of high-end Thai restaurants generally. Like, they're okay. But to me, it kind of waters down the experience. I like the dirty shit where there's an old, an 80-year-old lady in a dirty kitchen. I don't care, cockroaches running around, whatever. Like, to me, that's where the delicious magic happens. As far as accommodations go, tons of high-end options. If you're rich and you want to stay in Phrom Phong for a vacation, I'd recommend Emporium Suites, right behind the Emporium shopping mall. Location can't be beat. And that's like half hotel room, but it feels like an apartment. Like, it's got 500 square foot hotel rooms, 600 square foot, 700, like 1 bedroom, bathroom, little kitchen. Really amazing, but not super cheap. If you do want to stay in Phrom Phong on a budget, I'd recommend a place called the Nanda Hotel. My nephew Adam stayed there. I went and visited him, and pretty funky little place. So that's Phrom Phong. Next up, we're just going 1 stop down for now. And the next stop down is Thonglor. This is perhaps the chicest neighborhood in all of Bangkok. I don't even know if that's a word. Chicest? It's the chicest neighborhood in all of Bangkok. I'd say it's half chic, half hipster. Tons of shit to do. The main stretch of Thonglor is Soi 55. That's this one. And by the way that it works, if I just zoom out here, so this is Sukhumvit. We started up here, Nana, Asok, Phrom Phong. Now we're into Thonglor. On the north side of Sukhumvit is the odd sois. So it goes Soi 1, 3, 5, 7, 9. Thonglor, we're at Soi 55, is the main Thonglor street. On the south side of Sukhumvit is the odd sois. 2, 4. Soi 4 is Nana Plaza. 6, 8, 10. When you get down here, they've slowed down, though. So, we're only at Soi 36 on the south side, but we're at Soi 55 on the north side. And for Thonglor, almost all the action is on the odd sois, which means up here. Phrom Phong has a ton of action in the odd numbered sois, but Soi 24, 26, also lots of action. Thonglor, the even sois, this is all residential. houses. But I will tell you about a secret bar where they play vinyl records, and it's a great spot to go in and just have some drinks with some friends. It's not cheap. Nothing in Tonglor's super cheap. It's called Freakin' Out the Neighborhood. Vinyl, play records right here. Cool tunes. It's not a big place. And it's just in shipping containers. They've just dropped a couple shipping containers, and suddenly there's a bar called Freakin' Out the Neighborhood. Now, there's no big shopping mall here in Tonglor, but right on the corner here somewhere, right on the corner of Tonglor Street, Soi 55 and Sukhumvit, is one of Bangkok's most famous sticky rice places. And if you love your sticky rice, you'll see a lineup there all the time. And then you go up this street, it's about 2 kilometers of bars, restaurants, nightclubs, coffee shops. There's tons of Japanese places. Tonglor has a huge Japanese influence. I would say this and the next one on the list are the biggest Japanese influence neighborhoods in my list. Tons of hipster type spots. Some of the highlights. There's a place called Scene Space, which is one of these indoor, I guess, adult playgrounds. Got restaurants, bars, weed shops, kind of beanbag games, beer pong bars. My buddy opened a burger box in there. Try his burgers. Right next door, there's a bar called Tarzanico. Really cool little cocktail bar. That's Scene Space. Cool bar called She Bar. Sunday nights, great band. Kind of pub, indoor, outdoor, nice patio. There's a place called Find the Locker Room, which is one of those bars with a secret door. It's just a locker, bunch of lockers, and you would never know it's a bar. It's down a dark alley. You got to know where to find it. But now, because of this video, you know where to find it. Just put it in Google Maps. Find the Locker Room. Expensive but cool cocktail bar. The Commons. Perhaps the most famous place in Tonglor. Tons of options, food, beers, craft beers. The Commons, if you live here, you've already been there. If you haven't, check it out. There's a place called Era Izan Tonglor. It's right across from the Donkey Shopping Mall down a little alley. A guy calls it an Izan Kaya restaurant, where it's like Isan food, but izakaya style, Japanese themes. They got some live Thai bands. Great place to eat and drink. There's a nice Japanese place called Nobu. One of my buddies who's from Japan told me that place would stack up in Tokyo for sure. But honestly, Tonglor, it's just a place with unlimited things to do. And it's a great mix of expats and Thais. Like, this is a neighborhood where I'd say if you always come to Bangkok and just stay in Nana or Asok, give Tonglor a try. Even if you just go check it out for a night. But if you stayed there and kind of shifted and kind of opened up your mind to that part of town, I think if you're a Nana or a Asok person, you'd really, really have a great time there. And it would also be a great place to live. Accommodations, still pretty expensive, but there are deals to be had. Great condos, great apartments. Now we're starting to get into even streets with houses. Probably not affordable, certainly not for me. But hey, if you're a baller, you could start to rent a townhouse in Tonglor. My Thai language class is actually in one of these townhouses in Tonglor. And if you want to see me in my Thai language class, there is a video that Phra at the Thai Language Challenge would send you. I'll leave a link before. If you go to that page, and she'll email you a private video of me and her class. Anyway, back to the list. That's Tonglor. That's right here. Oh, that's a tattoo shop. Right here. Next. Oh, not Phra Kanong. Ekkamai. So Ekkamai is similar to Tonglor in many ways. I'd put them in the same category, the same way as I'd put Asok and Nana in the same category. You know, Asok and Nana's category is kind of tourist and ladies epicenter. And then Tonglor and Ekkamai to me is a category of Japanese influenced hipster chic. So Ekkamai is definitely in that category. There is a shopping mall here. It's called the Gateway, but it's absolute crap. It's a shitty shopping mall. That's my opinion. So nothing to write home about. Although I do get my... Wait one sec. Check this out. I do get my socks. There's a nice little lady that sells me my socks down at the shopping mall in Gateway in the bottom. I go to her to get my socks. Now, that's right on the corner here, Gateway, Ekkamai. And the main Ekkamai street, Soi 63. But before we get into that, this is Soi 42. Almost nobody goes down Soi 42. Almost nobody goes down the even sois in Ekkamai because all the action's up here on 63. But if you wanted a good little local Thai food scene, walk down this street till you get to the 7-Eleven on one of these side streets, and then right along this street plus a couple of the side streets, amazing little local Thai restaurants. Got some more notes for you. Some of my favorites. Bangkok Banjom. Amazing place for Korean Chinese food. That's jjajangmyeon, the noodles with the black sauce. And that's amazing Korean food, but my favorite Korean restaurant in all of Bangkok is a little bit further up the street. A place called Sanne Dul. That's like almost like a bit more of a home cooked. Like that place could survive in Seoul. And that might be the only Korean restaurant in all of Bangkok I'd say that about. Just beside that is a place called Homduan, my favorite place for northern Thai food in all of Bangkok. Well worth a visit. There's a place called Watana Panik a little bit farther up. That's that place where they got the big cauldron of beef soup that's been cooking. Legend has it for 50 straight years without being turned off. You know, there's all kinds of bars. Ekkamai Beer House for some casual. There's lots of bars with live music. Some vinyl bars. One of my favorite bars in all of Bangkok is right up at the end. It's called Tuba. And that place is funky as hell. Live Thai band in one room, funky area in another, pool table, giant cocktails. Tuba's a fun night if you ever want to have a fun night in Bangkok. As far as accommodations go, there's a lot of options here. A lot of name brand condos. Bangkok's full of name brand condos like Rhythm, Ideo. These types of places all over Ekkamai. Ekkamai wouldn't be a bad place to live. Bottom line, Ekkamai and Thong, that category, those two neighborhoods, anywhere in there, you're going to have a cool life. So back to our list here. There's only a couple left. Phra Kanong. I'm going to start to go a little bit quicker here because I don't know this area super well. You know, I got lots of friends who live in this area and the last one's on the list coming up. But I don't know it super well. There's a place here called W Market. That's like a cool place for drinks. Ram-jammed with expats. So now we're out of the tourists and more into expats in this neighborhood in the next one. So lots of just local expat life here. There's a place here called Sangtip Alley. This is like a good local Thai street food street. Oh no, this one, Pretty Banomyong Sam Alley. This right here has a lot of, oh no, this one, I'm sorry. You walk out the W Market, cross Soi 71 and down Sangtip Alley, Pretty Banomyong Song Alley. Lots of good street food here. So you start to get a bit more of the local vibes here in Phra Kanong. You know, out behind the W District, there's another street with that has some cool bars, live Thai music, good local Thai restaurants. So there's still good international food, burger joints, all this sorts of stuff. You can start to see more of the local Thai streets here. But as I said, still rife with expats. So it's this in-between sort of neighborhood. And I'm going to say that the next one is in the exact same category. So you got Phra Kanong, and then you got Onnut. Both of these neighborhoods are pretty popular for expats. Onnut in particular. there's a crap load of expats who live in Onnut, and I personally can't figure out why. I think you can start to get good deals on places in Onnut and Phra Kanong. My nephew lives in Onnut. You can start to find places for 10, 15,000 baht a month. You know, better, bigger places for 20,000 baht a month. But Onnut has like a big C right at the BTS station. And a big C is like Thailand's version of Walmart. So to me, living in Onnut is almost like living in the neighborhood right behind the Walmart. And it's just not for me. You know, there is a nice, right across from the Big C, there's a nice little funky collection of bars and restaurants that is mostly expat customers. I'm always surprised when I go to Onnut that it is heavily patronized by expats. And I will say, Onnut and Phra Kanong, out of everywhere on this list, I know the least. So any of you who know it, comment below. Rather than just tell me I'm an asshole for bad-mouthing the neighborhood, comment below and educate me and everyone else. And let us know, like, where to go in Onnut, where to go in Phra Kanong, what are the benefits of the neighborhood. But I would call these neighborhoods the in-betweeners, Onnut and Phra Kanong, because they're not quite wacky wild Bangkok, and they're not quite local charming Bangkok. They're kind of in between, which to me, like, I want one extreme or the other. That's how I feel about it. I want one extreme or the other. These two are both just a little bit too vanilla for me, which leads me from Onnut down to the last one on our list. And this is going to encompass 3 BTSs, Bangkok, Punnawithi, and Udom Suk. And these 3, this whole area here, particularly on the odd soy side, is its own category. And this is like local vibes. So starting at Bangkok, you got Soy 97, amazing street food street. You can go all the way up 2 kilometers to the end. There's a temple with, it's like this type of neighborhood with a temple that has a weekly night market. You know, accommodations. I got a buddy who lives there, pays 14,000 baht a month, but that's a 2-story, 4-bedroom townhouse, huge place, you know, for 400 bucks a month. You can do that here. You're surrounded by locals. Punnawithi, Soy 101, all kinds of great local Thai food. There is less international food options, but they do exist. But you're 10 minutes to the craziness back to Asok by BTS. And, you know, when you're walking around, there's still expats, but not nearly as many. Almost no tourists. Thais that are there are super cool, friendly. It's just got way more calm and peaceful vibes in all 3 of these neighborhoods. Udom Suk has this little Udom Suk market just outside the BTS station. Amazing little market for food, vegetables, fruits, little restaurants. Amazing. Udom Suk is becoming a neighborhood with cool, hip bars, but it's hip in like a Thai way, Thai locals, live music. You're going to feel like Bangkok at its finest if you go out in places like Udom Suk, you know, Punnawithi, Bangkok. These neighborhoods like are just really cool. They got a big mall, True Digital Park. If you want to get into the modern aircon eating options, they have that, movie theaters. So they kind of have everything in these last 3. So that's the summary of the 8 neighborhoods. Now, it's time to tell you which neighborhood I currently live in and which one I wished I lived in. So I was sad and embarrassed to say that I currently live in Nana. So I'm sitting right now on the smack dab in the middle of Nana. If I walk out my door, I couldn't take 2 steps without stepping on one of those landmines. And it's getting old. The convenience is great. Access to the park is great. Stepping out your door into the nightlife is great when you want it. When you just want to have a normal night, normal day, wander out the street and kind of casually greet some Thais, street food, maybe have a beer with a Thai band playing like super chill stuff, then it gets old. It's just like, you know, if you're in Phuket, it'd be like living in Patong Beach. If you were in Samui, it'd be like living in Chawang, you know, like, no thanks. But where I would recommend, where I would live if I was staying in Bangkok, where I wished I'd experienced Bangkok life, is in Udom Souk. I just love the vibe. If you come to Bangkok, do yourself a favor. Spend a day, an afternoon, or a night. Go to Udom Souk, do a bit of research, find some cool spots, and just immerse yourself in that version of Sukhumvit. So, hope you like the list. Comment below. Have at it. Let me know where I was right and where I was wrong. And to any of you guys out there who are ever thinking about studying Thai, then I'll leave a link. And if you're ever looking for a condo, I'll also leave an email address where you could reach out and we'll hook you up with a good agent who sets people up and down Sukhumvit. So links in the description below. Hope you like the video. I hope you like these casual chats. Give the like button a little tickle and we'll see you soon.